So, have I ever told you guys about the time I was 5 years old and I got talked into breaking into someone's house? No, seriously, I was 5 years old. One of these shitty fucking neighbor kids that my parents never wanted me hanging around talked me into breaking into someone's house when they weren't home. I was 5 years old. I didn't see a problem with it, so I just walked into some random family's house when they weren't home and started walking around with this kid. Okay, one thing led to another, and he ended up grabbing a handful of bright pink paintballs and just threw them all over the outside of the garage. Okay, the garage was pure white, by the way, so it looked like a goddamn pink cowl. It was literally just pink polka dots all over the fucking place. At the time, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I just went home and I went to bed. Anyway, a couple hours later, I ended up getting woken up by my mom, and she's like, "Hey, a cop is here to see you." I got out of bed, I walked out in the kitchen, the cop saw me, she started laughing, she picked me up, gave me a hug, was holding me. She's like, "Clearly we got the wrong fucking kid. We know that he's not responsible for this." I ended up going back to bed. She ended up going down to the neighbor's house and taking care of the business there. Eventually my dad ended up talking to the grandfather of this kid and said, "Hey, I don't want him within 10 feet of my fucking kid." That kid's family got stuck with all the damages, and I think a month later they moved out of the neighborhood. Moral of this story is that if someone ever tries to come up to you and talk you into breaking into someone's house, don't do it. I didn't choose the thug life, guys. The thug life chose me. Alright, what is up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be another episode of This or That, except we're going to do a wide receiver because I have never done a wide receiver before. For those of you who are new to This or That, basically I'm going to be picking 10 players and comparing them to one player and then deciding if I'm going to choose this player or that player. I had somebody in my Discord recommend that I do Stefon Diggs, and I would love to, except Stefon Diggs is already like a top 3 receiver to me. So we've got to find someone a little bit more neutral, but I think I found the perfect candidate. Keenan Allen. He's consistently great, but he is far from the best. Let's see who I'd rather have. And one quick thing, guys, if you haven't already, swing over to gfuel.com and use code WyattzWorld. You can save yourself a discount on any G Fuel products. If you like your morning sugar, I want you to try your morning vitamins. I can almost promise you you'll never go back. Anyway, on to the video. Alright, to start this list off, we have AJ Brown. Okay, at least to me, AJ Brown is the obvious choice here. I'm going AJ Brown all the way. Last year, AJ Brown had 30 less receptions than Keenan Allen, yet he had more yards than him. He also had more touchdowns than Keenan, but that's besides the point. AJ Brown is one of the most fastest physical receivers in this entire league. Keenan is going to consistently get you good numbers every single week, but AJ Brown is going to consistently give you better numbers. He's going to consistently give you better production. He's going to consistently give you more touchdowns. He's only been in the league for 2 years, but I'm not worried about it. If this is a race, I'm taking AJ Brown and I'm taking him by a mile. Alright, and up next on the list we have Kenny Golladay, and this is a hard one because I like Kenny. I'm actually a big fan of Kenny. But Kenny can't stay healthy. He's only played 1 full season after 4 years, and 2 of his 4 seasons have been less than 6 games. Situations like this where you need to take durability over talent because Keenan Allen is going to be lasting you a lot longer than Kenny Golladay will. When healthy, at his peak performance, Kenny Golladay is a top 10 receiver in this league. He's excellent. He's extremely underrated. He's had his career shattered because he's played on the fucking Lions. But if the man can't stay healthy, I can't take him over Keenan Allen. It doesn't work like that. Let's put it this way. Would you rather have $500 today, right now, and nothing for the rest of the week? Or would you rather take $600, but you don't get it all at once? It's evenly distributed throughout the week, so you get consistent income and you get a little bit more at the end. That's Kenny Golladay. That's Keenan Allen. I'm taking the consistent income. Alright, up next we have Tyler Lockett. Man, I'm taking Lockett on this one. Lockett is severely underrated, and anybody who questions his production, it's not his fucking fault. Russell Wilson literally picks and chooses who he's going to throw to before each game. I'm convinced he flips a coin or something, because one game DK gets all the action, one game Lockett gets all the action. There's rarely ever an in-between. And hey, even with spotty production, Tyler Lockett still managed to log in more yards and touchdowns than Keenan Allen. And I'm not going to sit here and say numbers are going to be the deciding factor as to why I take Tyler Lockett over Keenan Allen. But again, Tyler Lockett had the same amount of receptions as Keenan Allen, yet he put up better numbers. Other than physically watching him and understanding how good Tyler Lockett is, that would lead me to believe he is better than Keenan Allen. Up next, we have Adam Thielen. Call me biased on this one. I'm taking Adam, and I'm going to take Adam by a long shot. Keenan's 29. Adam's like 30. The age isn't that much off there. Again, kind of like Lockett, kind of like AJ Brown, Adam Thielen had a lot less receptions and put up the same yardage as Keenan Allen and 14 touchdowns. For those of you who don't know, I live in Minnesota. I watch every single Vikings game every single year. I'm very familiar with who Adam Thielen is. This guy is a fucking beast. But what's crazy to me about Adam Thielen is that that, I don't necessarily think he is the most gifted player in the league, but I do think he is the hardest worker in the league. You have talented receivers who are born with gifts, and you have talented receivers who work their asses off to obtain those gifts. Adam Thielen is going to be option number 2, and he treats every single snap as if it's the last play of a Super Bowl winning drive. He's quick, he's physical, he's elusive, and not to mention, and no, I'm not capping right here, he has literally one of the best set of hands in the entire league. We've seen it before with receivers. Age doesn't necessarily mean your career is winding down. Julio Jones is still performing at age of 32. Adam Thielen's only 30. In other words, I have no reason to believe that Adam Thielen's going to be slowing down this year either. All right, up next on this list, and this is a difficult one, from the Carolina Panthers, we have DJ Moore. Just another player that Wyatt has a weird, unhealthy obsession with. I love DJ Moore. Fun fact, DJ Moore came out of Maryland, the same school Stephon Diggs came out of. Except DJ didn't almost lose his leg and he still got picked in the first round. Anyway, in this situation, I'm actually going to take DJ Moore. He had damn near 1,200 yards off of like 66 receptions or something. Like, he's crazy, crazy good. He just hasn't had a quarterback, and I think he might have one now. Oh, please, Sam. Please, please, please be good. To start the season out, I'm going to go ahead and say the Carolina Panthers are going to be one of the most interesting teams in football. New quarterback, new scheme, it's going to be a new team. You got to ask yourself though, is Sam going to have a number 1? Is he going to pick Robbie over DJ? Is he going to pick DJ over Robbie? Is he going to be like Tom Brady and just use whatever wide receiver is available at his disposal, which I think he should do? We don't know, but right now I'm going to take DJ Moore over Keenan Allen because I still think he's going to have a better year than him. Alright, and up next we've got Scary Terry McLaurin. God, I want to take Terry here, but I can't. It would go against everything that I've been saying. With Keenan Allen, you know what you're going to get. Scary Terry is still young. He's only been in the league for 2 years. He's going to have a new quarterback this year, which I think is going to bump his numbers up a lot, actually. But we don't fucking know. Right now, I'm going to take Keenan, and I'm going to take Keenan by just that much. I love Terry. He's one of my favorites in the league. He's one of the most promising receivers in the league. Like, if you watch Terry play, if you watch his ball IQ, if you watch his routes, if you watch the catches he makes, that guy looks like he's been in the league for a lot longer than 2 years. Which is a really good sign. That means he's adapting. It means he's maturing. It means he's developing. And he will continue to do that. I don't have a doubt in my mind. Right now, it's a very temporary thing that I'm going to take Keenan Allen over Scary Terry. Like I said last week, DK Metcalf, Scary Terry, Justin Jefferson, those are the big 3 that I think are going to run this league for years to come. Alright, and next up on the list, we gotta put one of the Buccaneers on here. We're gonna do Chris Godwin. People fucking hate how I say his last name. I'm sorry, guys. It's my goddamn accent. Anyway, I'm gonna take Keenan over him, and I know that's gonna shock a lot of people, but I just don't think I can take Godwin over him right now. Maybe if Chris was on a different team than where he is right now, I could see a little bit more out of him, but if he's gonna sit in Tampa Bay with Tom Brady, he's going to have a great career, no complaints about it. But he's not gonna have a specific role with specific production each game. We've seen it time and time again. Tom doesn't have a number 1 guy. Tom throws the ball to whoever the fuck is open. You put Keenan in Tampa Bay, he's probably going to put up very similar numbers to Chris Godwin, if I'm being completely honest with you. And no, I'm not in any way talking any shit about Chris Godwin. I know how good he is. I know he is a fantastic receiver. But just at this moment in time, like especially after last year, he had a great year, but it wasn't as good as Keenan Allen's. I'm not going to take him over Keenan Allen. At least not right now. I just have no fucking reason to. Alright, up next is a receiver that a lot of you guys are going to think is an easy decision, but it's really not as easy as it seems, and that is Robert Woods. I feel like unless you watch the Rams on a consistent basis, right now you're rolling your eyes and you're saying, fucking Keenan Allen, move on with it. Okay, I am going to pick Keenan. I'll get that out of the way right now. I'd rather have Keenan Allen than Robert Woods on my team at this moment. Now, Robert Woods, he could possibly be the most underrated player in football. He was 64 yards short of coming off of back-to-back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with Jared Goff as his quarterback. Not talking a lot of shit about Jared Goff. I think he could be good, but he is nowhere near as good as Matt Stafford. Robert Woods is literally one of those receivers that puts up this production, but he only gets this much recognition. I would honestly probably take Robert Woods over Keenan Allen if I could just get a 1-game preview of what to expect. But right now, even with high expectations, we've got to be honest. Just because it looks good on paper doesn't mean it's going to be good in reality. For the time being at least, give me Keenan Allen. Alright, and last on the list, we've got Kelvin Ridley, and I am taking Kelvin Ridley. Nearly 1,400 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns. I have half a mind to go back and edit my top 10 receiving list and put Kelvin Ridley on it. Okay, we compare Keenan Allen and Kelvin Ridley side by side. I honest to God don't see one reason I would take Keenan Allen over him. Kelvin is younger, Kelvin is faster, Kelvin is better. Not to mention behind Tyreek Hill, I think Kelvin Ridley honestly might be one of the best deep threats in the fucking league. He will always be more open than Keenan Allen, and he is always going to get you a lot more than Keenan Allen. Kelvin Ridley averaged like 15.5 yards per reception. Keenan Allen averaged 9, which is still not bad. I'm just saying 6 more yards, that's a pretty big fucking gap. Give me Kelvin Ridley and give me him all the way.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Alright guys, and that is going to be it for this episode of This or That Keenan Allen edition. If you guys like this video, you already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, turn your notifications on, do what you gotta do. If you guys want to see this with any other athletes, it doesn't even have to be football. It could be baseball. Hell, it could be the WWE. Put it in the comments, guys. I do what you want to see. Also, thank you guys so much for 70,000 subscribers. I can't believe I almost forgot to say that. My goal by the end of 2021 is to reach 100K, guys, and we are very well on pace to do that. If you haven't gotten an opportunity to check out my Twitter yet, the link is going to be in the description. I had to make a new one, which kind of sucks, but a lot of you guys have followed me over there. Thank you for that as well. All that mumbo jumbo being said, guys, you know the drill. I'm going to hop off and edit this video so you guys can watch it. Have a terrific rest of your day, and as always, I will see you in the next video.